Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, J.I. Colors. My name is Jody, this is my dog Daisy, and we are here today to share our March completed pages. And I also wanted to quickly remind you in a face-to-face of a short video that I did earlier this month that announced that we have reached 3,000 subscribers on our channel, and I have a giveaway that runs from March 17th to April 11th. So go check out that video. There is a link to a Google form for you to complete an entry, and good luck to everybody. This month I completed 19 pages, one craft, and I started a rather large cross stitch that I'm doing for my granddaughter's future nursery. So that's what's been keeping me busy. I hope you had a creative March, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. We'll go off onto the table and take a look at what I've done. All right, and I also wanted to say a big thank you to, I did 9 buddy colors this month, so you're going to see 9 other people's wonderful pages in this video. So hope you shout them out as well in the comments below and give everyone some love. All right, everyone, take care. See you at the table. All right, here we are back at the desk. And I'm going to alternate each month. One month I'll do the coloring pages first and the crafts last, and the next month I'll flip it. So this month we're going to start with the crafts, and I'm going to first share with you a cross stitch that I have started, and it is a rather large cross stitch. So I'm just going to show you the picture of what it's going to look like, and this is going to be a large wall picture for the hopefully the nursery of my soon-to-be grandchild. This is what I am cross-stitching, and it's going to take me quite a while, but I'm hoping that it will be done before the little one arrives. So I thought it was pretty cute. How do you spell love, Piglet? You don't spell it, you feel it, by Pooh. So yeah, so just a nice cross-stitch that I thought belonged in a child's room. The other craft I have done is this one, and I will just bring the camera up a bit and turn the light off. And this is my Diamond Art Club calendar, and every month you do a partial drill. Now I have also added, and it's kind of hard to see, so maybe I'll turn the camera back on, but I've added a few special drills. I had some little rhinestones from previous kits, so I put them in the center of the flower, and then again on this egg in the Easter basket. So this is just a bunny. This part is just cardboard, and this is the drill field itself. So this is for April, and April is my birthday month, and at the very end of April is also Easter, which is really late this month. So there we go. This is my completed craft, and the rest is going to be coloring related. So just quick few stats. I did 9 videos this month. Again, I mentioned I started 2 crafts. I finished 1. I did 9 buddy colors, 9 prompts, hashtags. I completed 19 pages in 14 different books, and 2 of those books were untouched. My plans for next month, I'll let you know right now. I am going on vacation for half of the month. In April, it is also my birthday month. My nephew is getting married, so I'm going to be attending a couple of pre-wedding events. The wedding is actually taking a little bit farther away than I can travel on oxygen, so I'm going to some of the pre-events in the US. So that's going to be busy. I don't expect to get as much coloring done next month, so hopefully I will be able to always get my buddy colors done, but there will be probably a few less pages because I'm going to enjoy my birthday month and take a little bit easy and probably work on the cross stitch quite a bit. So that is what's happening next month. As far as how many books on my little graph thing, I'll just quickly show you that page. And I used green because it was March. So again, I colored in 19 pages in 14 books. I also, for my other 3 goals, I did 2 in my foreign series, one 10 by 10, and I did not get to my Sarah Burns gouache tutorial kits, so I am down on that. But it's been a busy month regardless, and I'll switch to all my completed pages and we'll get started. Might as well start while we're in this book on the Amanda Colors Planner page, and this one is by Rita Prince, I believe. Yes, it is. And I used some alcohol markers and which pencils? Just a second. Copic Chow's Zig Brushables and some of the Woomer pencils that I did a review on earlier this month, and I did some shading with them, and it looks like a little bit of glaze for the actual eyes and a little bit of gel pen for her hoops. So I thought it was a nice pretty page, and I really did enjoy coloring it. It is Amazon paper, so I'm not looking for huge amount of realism, but I think that she does look cute, and I'm happy with the page. So there you go, that was that. Now let's switch to my books, and we're going to start with the smallest book, and that is Amanda Kastner's Small Adventures. And in this book I try to always do a washi tape border, so I've been doing that throughout the book, trying different washi tapes and just a way to use them up. So I thought I would use butterfly washi tape this time, and then the pencils I used were the Woomer pencils. No, actually these pencils were part of my series on using up all of my pencil things. So these were actually Lyra Polycolor and the Pitt pens for the skin, but the rest were, I have a 24 set of Lyra Color Polycolor pencils, and yeah, so I think it did good. I even used the pencils in the background, and I used a few different blues to make a few darker, kind of like some wispy clouds in there. And yeah, really happy with how that went out. The body on this guy was also in a Pitt pen, because I didn't want to do him black and then just have this all black, so I used a light indigo blue for that, and it kind of gave it kind of like a Payne's gray color, so I liked that. So yeah, so these were the Lyra Polycolor pencils, and I did blend it. I bought a Splenda blender, which is the Lyra blender pencil, and I did try that. I wasn't really impressed with that pencil blender, but it so I think I did have to use Gamsol in a couple of spots, but otherwise that's another page completed, and having lots of fun in this book. They're quick and easy. I guess this is my would be my bold and easy coloring. I prefer to have a little bit more of a scene in my easy books, but there we go. All right, this next page is 2 videos on the channel where I used Kuretake products. I used the Zig Clean Color and also the Zig Brushables, and it was also a buddy color with Jeannie from Bo Beanie Creates. On screen you'll see Jeannie's page, and you will notice that she used a bright spring colorful color palette, and she also used a stencil of a hexagon, so a honeycomb stencil in the corners, and she did really great job. I love the shading that she added to her flowers and the bee, and beautiful job. So thank you so much, Jeannie, and I hope you are doing fantastic. And we'll take a look at my page. My page is here, and like I mentioned, I used Zig Brushables, Zig Clean Color, a little bit of black glaze for his eyes, and a little bit of gold dual hybrid for a couple of spots on there. The background is actually a very simple and easy background. It is using tissue paper dots that were confetti in my Stationery Pal delivery that I got. So yeah, this is my page, and there is a 2 videos. First video was the bee, the second video was the snail with the background, and that was a request video for how I use the Zig Clean Color brush pens. And yeah, Had a lot of fun. For this book, it's a great idea to use obviously water-based mediums if you're going to use that kind of medium, but also the fine tip on both of those products really aids in getting into the small parts. There is no shading done on here with any pencils, so this is just shading with the actual water-based products themselves. And yeah, really simple. And in this book, I am trying to keep my backgrounds either non-existent or very simple. And so I thought the dots were a perfect way to kind of have a colorful bokeh background. And yeah, so really happy with this page. And I hope you check out that video series if you're looking for how to use those two products. All right, moving along in size, we are here with Lulu Mayo's A Million Sloths, and I did 2 pages this time. And so I did these at the same time but separately, so I did want them to be cohesive, but I didn't necessarily want it to kind of totally be a 2-page spread. So let's look at this page first. This page is done with some ink rubbed on the background, and I did green around the area where I kind of wanted you to think of a tree and being a little bit fuller of leaves. So I did green along here and then blue elsewhere to be like the sky poking through, and I like how that worked. I was really happy with that effect. The pencils I used were the Woomer pencils. That's it. That's all. I didn't even put any gel pen on here. This is strictly, oh, there's a little bit of gel pen for the silver of the triangle this guy is playing. But yeah, just the Woomer pencils, and really happy. I was surprised that they were as waxy as they were, which lended them really well to blending and didn't require a lot of burnishing or a lot of, normally I would, blend absolutely everything, but yeah, really happy with how this turned out. And then on this page, I also used the Woomer pencils, but I also used the Zig Clean color, and I used some gold dual hybrid. And then these little flowers here are my Stationery Pal cherry blossom stickers. So I added a couple of the little petals because there was also petals from here flowing down, and so this area up here is done with the Zig Clean color because they are such a small area, and then the rest of the larger items are all done with the Woomer pencil. And then there's some gold gel pen on the bottom of these bluebells. So yeah, just had lots of fun, and a little bit of ink in the background here as well. But yeah, so kind of tried to blend the pages together because it's actually not the same tree because it doesn't, come across or anything, but I did want them to be a cohesive set. So that's 2 pages completed from A Million Sloths. And I also, because I looked at this book to see how many pages I was doing, and I have 45 pages left. So now I'm going to start counting down. So yeah, because I have done quite a few in this book already. So I thought it might be time to keep track of how many are left. So that's A Million Sloths. This next book is Sea of Colors, and you've seen it on my channel a ton. I had a subscriber, Veronica Dunn 66 from Instagram, reach out and ask if I wanted help buddying up to finish off the last few pages in this book. So we have set up some buddy colors for the next 3 months. We did 2 this month, and I will show you both of hers first. First, we did what we're calling the big fish, and here is her page. And she used pencils on her page and also lots of color, and I think that it looked great. I love the way she kind of made it look almost like a patchwork quilt, and I thought that was kind of a cool effect. So thank you very much, Veronica. I appreciate you reaching out to me. And the next page that we did was a seahorse in some kelp, and here's her page again. She used pencils, and she did a great job on that. And here are my 2 pages. And this one I used the Woomer pencils because I was trying to really give them a good test throughout the month. So I used them in all kinds of different books. So I used the Woomer pencils, a little bit of silver Signo gel pen, and this yellow is a Copic yellow marker because I then wanted to shade on top of it with the gel pen and see how that worked. And the pencils worked remarkably well on this paper, which was awesome because I kind of get frustrated sometimes with this paper, as you hear me complain about it often, but it went pretty good, and I'm happy with this result. And it's another page done. And then I have one more page in this book. Let me just find it. Okay, and this is the second page we did as a buddy color, and this was the seahorse page. And mine looks probably, I'm not sure if it's a mess or not, but I did have fun with it. The background is done with the tempera paints, and I used Zig Brushables, Neo Color 2, and some gel pens on this. So there was a slight bit of bleed through on even the water-based markers on here, as well as some gel pen bled through. That's the Moonlight. They seem to bleed through on paper, so I try and use them only on single-sided paper. But yeah, I'm happy with the color choices I did, and it was fun. And I tried to make the ground look like sand with a few different colors of sand, and I just did that with the tempera paint sticks with a few different colors, and I just layered them on top of each other instead of blending, and that seemed to work really well. So yeah, this is my page, and thanks Veronica for reaching out to me. All right, let's check out the next book. This next book is a buddy color in Traveling Tales North America. It's the Bold and Easy coloring book, and I will show you my buddy's page first. This is a page done by Sherry Dennewitz, and we have colored in this book once before, and we have a buddy coloring in it next month as well. So I love what Sherry did. This page started out with just this picture here. So this was the only thing on the page, and this book is extremely bold and easy in that there's usually only one item on the page. So really it's up to you to do as much or as little as possible on the thing. So I've kind of always tried to do something a little extra, and certainly Sherry did as well. So again, here's Sherry's page. She used even a bit of glitter in the water to give it some movement. She added a beautiful tree in the background, and I love her sky with the clouds, and it's all, she just did a great job. So thank you so much, Sherry. And that was a lot of effort you put into your page. So that was Sherry's page, and this was my page. And I decided to, that this guy looked like he belonged in kind of like the Summer Olympics. And so I put him in a race. So we are at the start, and it's a choppy water that he's going through. He's in a man-made canal. So I did some brick along the side with grass on top. And then of course, I'm a proud Canadian, so he is on the Canadian team. So he's red and white, and he's got a flag here and flags on both ends of the paddle. So this is my little alligator race kayak guy, and I think he turned out pretty cute. And you can just see side by side that same guy, but totally different take on where we thought he was paddling. So this was a lot of fun, and I appreciate you coloring with me, Sherry. Since I was having fun in this book, I decided to do one more page, and this is the same guy after the race. He's now just chilling back, relaxing, and he is on a floaty that I made look like a large donut. So I've got some sprinkles on there with some dual hybrid gel pen, and then I've used a few different markers on here, and some of them were water-based, and some of it was actual paint, and I did kind of the swirling effect for the water. And again, all he was doing was sitting on that. So lots of room to interpret what to do in these books, but you know me, I just can't leave a background alone. So that's what I've been doing in Traveling Tales North America. And we do have one set up for April, so look forward to seeing more completed in this book. This next book is Tiny Worlds by Matt Edwards, and this is the second month that we have colored in a Tiny Worlds book with my two coloring friends, Sherry Dennewitz and also Jana from Color and Create with Jana. So I'm going to start with their pages. On screen you will see Sherry's page, and Sherry did a great job. I love how her siding, the planks on her roof, look like cedar planks, and I think she did a great job with that, and she even included some brickwork underneath the gutter, so on the wall of the house. Her water has glitter in it. Her ants look ferocious. So thank you very much, Sherry. I think you did a great job, and this was a fun picture to color. All right, the next person to show you is Color and Create with Jana. She has a channel here on YouTube, so check her out if you haven't already. And I love how she did the kind of like the moss and the leaves on both the side of the gutter and also on the shingles there on her roof. She did great with her water, and again, all her ants look like ants that I don't want crawling through my gutter. So it was an unusual page for sure for all of us to color, but I think they all turned out great. And let's take a quick look at my page. And here we are. I'll let you know what I used on my page. I used Equaline water color markers on the water, and then that wasn't turning out as well as I liked, so I ended up also using Artex pencils, some Language gel pens, silver Uniball, and also some Copic Chow markers. So there's just a whole host of items on here. I am happy with how the water turned out after I added lines with the Language gel pens and also some shadow with the Artex pencils. I'm trying to use all my pencil sets this month, so yeah, it was good. I did light blue here for the sky, but yeah, happy. The ants, a little bit of black glaze on some of the ants, but I tried to switch them up a little bit and make them all a little bit different. But holy moly, they're a little bit fierce looking, as I mentioned. I am happy with my little island here. And that is the page that we completed. And this, like I mentioned, is our second month in the Tiny Worlds. And I'm not sure what we're going to do next month, but it was great to get back in these books. All right. This next book is A World Fairy Tales. It is by Doming. And I saw this book on Jojo Zahana's channel for the last couple years. And I've wanted it. And finally, I ordered some books from from Japan through Pomodoro on Etsy. So that's where I got this book. And I did the page that is for the Wizard of Oz. So this page here. And I did it because there are flying monkeys on it. And I was looking for monkeys so that I could participate in the channel's Joy of Color. And she does the Wild Year of Color 2025 hashtag. And this month's animal was monkeys. So there is that. This is also a Color Your Horde March 2025. It is also a foreign book. So it counted for quite a few things. And I was happy to color in it because I did just get it. And I would like to keep as few untouched books as possible. I did use some washi tape along the side. There is kind of a perforation line. Now it's not actually perforated, it's just the line there, but I wanted to kind of cover that up. So I did use some washi tape. It was called the Bento House, and it was from Stationery Pal. So it's got some green foliage plus some gold foil on it, and I thought that kind of matched what was happening in the picture. So this is Wizard of Oz. I used some stickles on the little slippers there, and for the rest of it I used Staedtler pigment pens, some Pitt pens, Neocolor 2, stickles, glaze pens, some light fast pencils, and yeah, that was all of it. I really had fun. I did try and use the shadows and the colors from here over here, a few different color variations, but I was happy. I used some stickles along here for the lights and some different glaze. So yeah, really happy with how this turned out, and I am trying to keep it not bleeding through to this page because the picture of the next one is here. So I am being careful to use water-based markers or items that don't bleed through. But yeah, really happy how it turned out. And this was the original page, and then this side is always a little bit larger, which I also find is helpful. So yeah, my first page in this book that I have wanted for a long time, and I actually have a buddy color set up in this book next month or the month after that. So yeah, excited to have this book in my collection. This next book is a book that Jamie from Joy of Coloring is doing a hashtag called Back to Front, and I am coloring in this book monthly with my friend Kiara, and so I will start off showing you a few pages that I did at the very back, and then I'll share her pages. So there were some little images on this. So I did this little guy, and then there was images here and here and here. So I did 4 different pages of little images, and I'm just calling that one page because they're tiny images on each page, and so I grouped that as one page per se. And so now I have completed all those little items, so officially I am working back to front now. And those little items, I used Artex pencils, Stardust clear gel pen, and some Zig brushables when it was a tiny little area. And then I will show you the buddy pages from Kiara, and she also posted them on Instagram, so I want to thank her for doing that. I don't always post stuff on Instagram because I share them here on this page. So here are Kiara's pages first. So Kiara did her page with the girl and the fawn with some nice bright yellow colors. I love her blue, and I love that she tried a skin tone that I haven't usually colored, and she said that she used some skin tone from another channel that she follows, and I think that she did an excellent job. And her next page is beautiful spring colors, and she did a great job on that as well. And she used some soft pastels for her background, pretty much for her first time. So well done on attempting a new type of background, and thank you so much, and I look forward to continuing our back to front next month. Okay, and here is my page. I used pan pastels for the background, and I also used a stencil for the background. So that is what I did, and then I did spray it with fixative for the pencils. These are Artex pencils, and I did Google up some images to see daffodils and tulips and different colors. So this is actually a double daffodil, and I did color those to how I saw them online, so that was fun. And then we've got these little forget-me-not flowers, so I try and color these pages as accurately as possible. This one does have, and this one also has, some white sheer acrylic paint, and then I've finished the outlines with the Lango gel pens and a little bit of glaze for her eyes. So happy with how my page turned out, and the Artex pencils worked well on this, no problems there. And then this side, I'll just remove the plastic. This side, I also used Zig Brushables, Artex gel pens, 3D Magic for the wings. So that's on here. And I used the 3D Magic that had the glitter in it. So there wasn't a large area, so you can see it a little bit. But I also used some gold dual hybrid for the center of the flowers, and some Lango gel pens to do some outlining. And again, a stencil in the background just to add a little bit more. So when you have the double page spread, you kind of have the same leaves on both sides. And I just thought that kind of filled out the background just a little bit more. And those are my 2 pages from Universum. So we're clicking along in this book. We're doing 2 pages a month. So, and then these were last month's, and yeah. So thank you to Jamie for hosting this, because we're getting quite a bit done every month in this book. All right, next book is something called Exotic Chickens, and it's a book that I got as a Christmas gift a few years ago from my neighbors, because we always exchange a chicken related or rooster related gift. So I was pretty surprised when they found an Exotic Chickens coloring book. I did this page, and I did this page for Spicy Cat Colors, Spicy Cat Disney, and her prompt was chicken this month. So this is the rooster that I did, and I used I used alcohol markers. I used Copic and Studio 71 markers, Woomer pencils for the shading on it, and I used Stamp It Up chicken wire embellishments. And for the background behind it, it was, I think, gelatos, or it could have also been ink pads. I forgot to write that part down. A little bit of glaze for his eye. But I finally got to use the embellishments, which is this chicken wire stuff. And finally got able to use that. And I put it on and I cut out around him so that it looked like he was inside his chicken pen, which is a good thing. But yeah, so this is again for Spicy Cat Disney. This might be one of the ones I really like this month, just because it makes me smile, and I finally got to use something in my stash. So yeah, and that was Exotic Chickens. This next one is a buddy color with my good friend Cindy Visor, and I will show you Cindy's page first. It is A Frog's Tale, the coloring book, and Cindy did an awesome job. I absolutely love, she's come so far with her coloring, it's just incredible. So I love her vivid colors. I love all the shading she did around like her lily pads and the frame. Awesome job. So thank you so much, Cindy. I love your page. In fact, after you did your page, I thought, gee, my page is looking kind of plain. But in any case, here is my page. Okay, this page is from Frog's Tale. It's called A Friend in Need. I used Jelly Roll gel pens, Copic Chow markers, some Artex acrylic marker, some glossy accents, some glaze pens, some Artex pencils, and some dual gold hybrid. So there's some gel pen around the outside. The Artex acrylic marker is what is this blue that made up the frame. And there is some glossy accents on the water droplets. And yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit better with my marker game, so I am doing a little bit more marker and shading with pencil when it comes to Amazon printed books. So just giving it a little whirl, and happy with how this turned out. Certainly not as realistic as Cindy's page, but I think it was fun to color anyways, and I'm happy that I broke out the Artex pencils this month. I am trying to, like I mentioned, use up all my sets, or not use them up. I'm trying to make use of all my sets. So yeah, it's glossy accents on his eyes. It's super cute. And that I think is my third or fourth page in this book. So still lots of pages left to go in R.J. Hampson's A Frog's Tale. This next book is Frogs and Friends, and it is the channel Amanda Colors and Meg's Coloring Corner. They do every month a group color along. This month it was the Top Hat Frog, and I kind of made him into a bit of a shamrock frog. So I've got some shamrock embellishments, and I used glossy accents to affix it to the actual page. So that was a use of those. Some washi tape here, and then the big frog himself is done with azafran crayons. I thought I would break out my crayons, so I used azafran crayons, and then I blended him a little bit. And then along the top I've got a border, and that is from my stationery pal, and those were they're pre-cut and they're edges, so I thought that I would just do the stars one, and just to finish off the page. And yeah, just a cute page, and it was fun to break out my azafran crayons. I do have a complete playlist on different crayons that I have used and purchased, and how they all compare. But the azafran ones are I think they're soy-based crayons, and yeah, so they're a little bit waxy, but this is just a fun book that I printed PDF anyway, so happy that it turned out. All right, just a couple more books and we are done. This next book is my 10 by 10 book that I did for the month. It is in Cosmic Spirit. There is a mythographic scavenger hunt, and I will put the channel name on screen here for you. And she did a flip through of all the things that where her scavenger hunt would work, and one of them was from Cosmic Spirits, and it was this page, and it was because of the clover on it. So I did that page. I also did this as part of my testing of the Woomer pencils, so I have used the Woomer pencils on this page, as well as Copic markers, Stabilo 68 markers, some Caron Brush Pro markers, some on the background, a bit of Caron markers, some glaze, some Treasure Gold acrylic paint, and I did that for the stars, and then I wasn't really happy with them, so I did go over them a little bit with some dual hybrid gold. I also used some Color Shift Blue Violet on all of these swirly items here, so I'll tilt the page in a minute here and you can see all that shift. And I also used a Crafter Square blue metallic gel pen, or sorry, marker, and this does not bleed through, but this is a single-sided book anyways. But yeah, so, and a little bit of black glaze and yellow glaze. So the lines here are yellow glaze and black glaze, but the rest is alcohol markers shaded with the Woomer pencils, and I am really pleased with how this page turned out. I'm happy with all the reflection and the different colors of blue that work together, and including in here, like this is blue and gold, and then some gray, and a little bit, these stars are silver gel pen. So yeah, really happy with how this turned out. Obviously alcohol markers bleed through, but it is a single-sided book, so I really don't care about that. But yeah, super happy with this page. It might be one of my favorite pages for the month. I think it's bright and cheerful, and yet it really shows a bunch of different mediums. Happy with how this page turned out. All right, that was my one page, and this was my 10 by 10 page for the month. And the last book I have to share with you today is this large book here. It is a hardback book, and it is a Korean book, so it goes towards my foreign coloring books. Now, I did a video where I tested out all the watercolor mediums kind of that I had that I wanted to do some testing on. So I'm not counting these as completed pages at all, but there is a video up on the channel of what I have found works and tested in this book. But this is the page that I actually did, and I used Paul Rubens watercolor paint. I did use an actual watercolor paint brush that I ended up testing in here on this one, because I was using a water brush like this for the rest, but I was finding that the paper was pilling a little bit, so I did actually use a watercolor paint and watercolor paint brush on here, and I'm really happy with it. I did kind of follow along here on some of the colors and stuff, but I just kind of went with what I thought would look good and use that kind of as a guide. So yeah, so I mean, this has a cat house that's totally different. The cats are kind of different, and some of the colors are different, but that's okay. I'm happy with how this turned out. And yeah, so that, and I hadn't used my Paul Rubens 48 set of watercolors for quite a while, so it's fun to break out stuff that you haven't used before. There is a little bit of gel pen here and there, but not very much, and I didn't try and hide the lines or anything like that in this one. And I do have a buddy color coming up with Jojo Zahana next month, so yeah, you will see this book a little bit more often in the future. And that's it. Those are all my 19 pages and my craft that I was able to get accomplished. I am filming this a little bit early because I am going away the beginning of April for 2 weeks. So reminder that there is a draw for a $30 Stationery Pal gift card. That's $30 US, and you'll also be able to use my discount code JI Colorist and save 16%. So your $30 will go quite far, hopefully, and it's open to anybody worldwide. Even if you are not a subscriber but you are a loyal viewer, please go ahead and enter the draw. I will put a link for that draw in the video description, and all the rest of the details are in that short 2-minute video that will also be linked in the description below. All right, I hope you have a fabulous April. I hope you had a great March already, and I look forward to seeing what everybody has done on their pages, and I really enjoy watching everybody else's videos of completed pages, so I hope you enjoy this as well. If you do enjoy what's happening on the channel and you liked what you saw today, go ahead and consider subscribing. I don't ask every video. This is my one time a month you're going to hear that, so if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe and come along with us as we continue coloring throughout the year. All right, everyone, take care. Have a colorful day. Bye-bye.